Mughal period, 1526 to 40 and 1555 to 1857, Babur, 1526 to 30. The foundation of the Mughal rule in India was laid by Babur in 1526. He was a descendant of Timur, from the side of his father, and Chengiz Khan, from the side of his mother. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the First Battle of Panipat on 21 April 1526 and established Mughal dynasty which lasted till the establishment of British rule in India. In 1527, he defeated Rana Sanga of Mewar at Kanwa. In 1528, he defeated Medini Rai of Chaneri at Chanderi. In 1529, he defeated Muhammad Lodi, uncle of Ibrahim Lodi, at Gagra. In 1530, he died at Agra. His tomb is at Kabul. He adopted Taghluma and flanking party system and was the first to use gunpowder and artillery in India. He wrote his autobiography Tuzukai Baburi in Turkey in which he gives an excellent account of India and his empire. Tuzukai Baburi was translated into Persian, named Babunama, by Abdur Rahim Khanekna and in English by Madame Beveridge. He compiled 2 anthologies of poems, Divan, in Turkey, and Mubayan, in Persian. He also wrote Rizali uses or letters of Babur. Humayun, 1530 to 40 and 1555 to 56. He was the son of Babur and ascended the throne in 1530. His succession was challenged by his brothers Kamran, Hindal and Askari along with the Afghans. He fought 2 battles against Sher Shah at Choisa, 1539, and at Kannauj Bilagram, 1540, and was completely defeated by him. He escaped to Iran where he passed 12 years of his life in exile. After Sher Shah's death, Humayun invaded India in 1555 and defeated his brothers the Afghans. He once again became the ruler of India. He died while climbing down the stairs of his library at Dinpanah in 1556 and was buried in Delhi. His sister, Gulbadan Begum, wrote his biography Humayunama. He built Dinpanah at Delhi as his second capital. Sur Empire, Second Afghan Empire, 1540 to 55. Sher Shah, 1540 to 45. He son of Hassan Khan, the Jagirdar of Sasaram. Ibrahim Lodi transferred his father's Jagir to him. In 1527 to 28, he joined Babur's service and then returned to South Bihar as deputy governor and guardian of Theminor King Jalal Khan Lohani, son of Bahar Khan Lohani. Administrative unit head Ikta, IE province, Hakim and Amin Sarkar, IE district, Shikdarai Shiakdaran and Munsifai Munsifan Pargana, IE Taluka, Shikdar and Munsif Gram, IE village, Mugaddam and Aimil. Sher Chunar Shah by marrying usurps throne lad Malika, as Hazaratayala, the widow of he. Governor Gand of Chunar Fort. 2211, in 1539, he defeated Humayun in the Battle of Choisa and assumed the title Sher Shah as emperor. In 1540, he defeated Humayun in the Battle of Kannauj Bilagram and annexed Kannauj. As an emperor, he conquered Malwa, 1542, Ranthambore, 1542, Rezin, 1543, Rajput annexation of Marwar, 1542, Chittor, 1544, and Kalinjar, 1545. He died in 1545 while conquesting Kalinjar. During his brief reign of 5 years he introduced a brilliant administration, land revenue policy and several other measures to improve the economic conditions of his subjects. He issued the coin called rupiah and fixed standard weights and measures all over the empire. He also improved communications by building several highways. He built the Grand Trunk Road, GT Road, that runs from Calcutta to Peshawar. He set up cantonment in various parts of his empire and strong garrison was posted in each cantonments. He introduced the principle of local responsibility for local crimes. Mukaddams were punished for failure to find culprits. Land was measured and 1/3 of thievage was fixed as land tax. The peasant was given a patta, title deed, and a kabuliyat, deed of agreement, which fixed the peasant's rights and taxes. Zemindars were removed and the taxes were directly collected. He built Purana Koila at Delhi. He was buried in Sasaram. Sher Shah was succeeded by Islam Shah, 1545 to 54, Islam Shah by Muhammad Adil Shah, 1554 to 55. Akbar, 1556 to 1605. Akbar, the eldest son of Humayun, ascended the throne under the title of Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar Badshah-e-Ghazi at the young age of 14 at Kalanur, Punjab and his tutor Baram Khan was appointed as the regent. Second Battle of Panipat, 5th November, 1556, was fought between Hemu, the Hindu general of Muhammad Adil Shah, and Baram Khan, the regent of Akbar. Hemu was defeated, captured and slain by Baram Khan. Murder. This war ended the Mughal-Afghan contest for the throne of Delhi in favor of the Mughals and enabled Akbar to reoccupy Delhi and Agra. Akbar ended the regency of Baram Khan in 1560 and at the age of 18 assumed the reins of the kingdom. Akbar was under the influence of Mehem Anga and Adam Khan junta from 1560 to 1562. Petticoat Gov. 1560 to 62. In his bid to expand his empire he conquered various provincial states. The Rajputha kingdom of Mewar put up a fierce defence under Rana Uday Singh, 1537 to 72, and his son Rana Pratap, 1572 to 97. Akbar tried to win over the Rajputas wherever possible and inducted Rajputa kings into Mughal service and treated them at par with Mughal nobility. By marrying Haraka Bai, daughter of Bhamal Biharimal, Kuchwaha Rajputa ruler of Amer, capital Jaipur, in 1562. Akbar displayed his secular policy with the 2212. Muhammadin Dran H. S.H. Ahmad Shi. Hindus. Most of the Rajputa kings recognized the supremacy of Akbar except Rana Pratap Singh and his son Amar Singh, Sisodia Rajputas of Mewar, capital Chittor. The Battle of Haldigati, 1576, was fought between Rana Pratap of Mewar and Mughal army led by Man Singh of Amer. Rana Pratap was defeated but he did not submit and continued the struggle. Akbar's conquests year province from 1560 to 62 Malwa Baz Bahadur 1561 Chunar Afghan 1562 Mereta Jaimal 1564 Gondwana, Rani Durgavati, regent of Bir Narayan, Gat Katanga 1568 Chittor Rana Uday Singh 1569 Ranthambore Surjan Hada 1569 Kalimjar Ramchandra 1570 Marwar Chandrasena, Kalyanmal, Raj Singh, Rawal Hari Rai 1572 Gujarat Bahadur Shah 1574 to 76 Bengal Bihar Doit Khan Karani 1576 Haldigati, Rana Pratap 1581 Kabul Mirza Hakim 1585 to 86 Kashmir Yusuf Khan and Yaqub Khan 1590 to 91 Sindh Jani Beg Mirza 1590 to 92 Orissa Kutul Khan and Nisar Khan 1591 Khandesh Ali Khan 1595 Baluchistan Yusuf Jai tribes 1595 Kandar Muzaffar Hussain Mirza 1597 to 1600 Ahmadnagar Chand Bibi, regent of Bahadur Shah, 1601 Asirgar Miran Bahadur Khan. As a revolt against the orthodoxy and bigotry of religious priests, Akbar proclaimed a new religion, Din-i Ilahi, in 1581. The new religion was based on a synthesis of values taken from several religions like Hinduism, Islam, Jainism and Christianity. It did not recognize the Prophet. Birbal was the only Hindu who followed this new religion. Din-i Ilahi, however, did not become popular. Akbar built Fatehpur Sikri Agra Fort, Lahore Fort and Allahabad Fort and Humayun's tomb at Delhi. Fatehpur Sikri, placed near Agra. It is said that Akbar had no son for a long time. Sheikh Salim Chishti, a Sufi saint, blessed Akbar with a son who was named Salim Sheikh Baba, Jahangir. In honor of Salim Chishti, Akbar shifted his court from Agra to Fatehpur Sikri. He was a patron of art and in his court many persons flourished. Important years of Akbar. 1562 visited Ajmer first time. Ban on forcible conversion of war prisoners into slaves. Abolition of pilgrimage tax. Abolition of jizya. 1571 Foundation of Fatehpur Sikri Mansab Lari system introduced. Ibadakhana was built. 1578 Parliament of Religions in Ibadakhana. 2212 Important years of Akbar. Alam 1579 Proclamation of Majhar, written by Fazi, GIF 1580 Dar Sala Bandobast introduced. 1582 Din-i Ilahi Tawhid Ilahi 1584 Ilahi Samvat i.e. calendar 1587 Ilahi Gaz i.e. Yad Navratna i.e. 9 jewels of Akbar. 1 Birbal, administrator. 2 Abul Fazla, scholar and statesman. Fazi, scholar and statesman, brother of Abul Fazla. Todamal, finance minister. Daksala Bandobast Japti. 5 Bhagwandas, Mansabdar, son of Bhamal. 6 Man Singh, Mansabdar, grandson of Bhamal. 7 Tansain, musician. 8 Abdur Rahim Khanekna, statesman, Hindi poet. 9 Mullah Du Pyaja, Tulsidas, Ramcharitamnas, also lived during Akbar's period. When Akbar died, he was buried at Sikandara near Agra. Akbar is considered the real founder of the Mughal Empire in India. He was the first Mughal ruler who divorced religion from politics. Birbal was killed in the battle with the Yusufjai tribe, 1586. Abul Fazla was murdered by Bir Singh Bundela, 1601. Akbar gave Mughal India one official language, Persian. Jahangir, 1605 to 27 Salim, son of Akbar, came to the throne after Akbar's death in 1605. He issued 12 ordinances. He is known for his strict administration of justice. He established Zanjir-i-Adal, i.e. chain of justice, at Agra Fort for the seekers of royal justice. In 1611, Jahangir married Meher-un-Nisa, widow of Sher Afghan, a Persian nobleman of Bengal. Later on she was given the title Nurjahan. Nurjahan exercised tremendous influence over the state affairs. She was made the official Padshah Begum. Jahangir issued coins jointly in Nurjahan's name and his own. Jahangir also married Manmati Jagat Gosai Jodhbai of Marwar and a Kachwaha princess. In 1608, Captain William Hawkins, a representative of East India Company, came to Jahangir's court. He was given the mansab of 400. In 1615 Sir Thomas Roe, an ambassador of King James I of England, also came to his court. Though initially Jahangir resisted, later on he granted permission to the English to establish a trading port at Surat. A political triumph during Jahangir's reign was the submission of Rana Amar Singh of Mewar, 1615. Jahangir captured the strong fort of Kangara, 1620. A part of Ahmadnagar was also annexed. Malik Ambar ceded back to the Mughals the territory of Balaghat, Maharashtra. His reign was marked by several revolts. His son, Khusro, who received patronage of 5th Sikh Guru Arjan Dev, revolted against Jahangir, 1605. Arjan Dev was later sentenced to death for his blessing to the rebel prince, 1606. During his last period, Khurram 2213, Shah Jahan, son of Jahangir, and Mahabat Khan, military general of Jahangir, also revolted. Khurram, 1622-25, and Mahabat Khan, 1626-27. He wrote his memoirs to Zukai Jahangir in Persian. He was buried in Lahore. Shah Jahan, 1628-58, mother's name Jagat Gosai Jodabai, daughter of Raja Jagat Singh. Shah Jahan ascended the throne in 1628 after his father's death. He was best known for his Deccan and foreign policies. The first thing that he had to face was revolts in Bundelkhand, Jujar Singh Bundela of Orcha, 1628-35, and the Deccan, Kanai Jahan Lodhi, the governor of Deccan, 1629-31. 3 years after his accession, his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, original name Zumand Bano, died. In 1631. To perpetuate her memory, he built the Taj Mahal at Agra in 1632-53. In 1631-32, he defeated the Portuguese. In addition to Jahangir's empire, Nizam Shahi's dynasty of Ahmednagar was brought under Mughal control, 1633, by Shah Jahan. The Deccan Sultanate of Bijapur and Golconda accepted his suzerainty in 1636. He sent his army to Balkh in order to secure the defense of northwestern India, 1647. Shah Jahan, who had recovered Kandahar, Afghanistan, in 1638 from the Iranians, lost it again in 1647 despite 3 campaigns under Prince Murad, Aurangzeb and Dera. Shah Jahan's reign is described by French traveller Bernier and Tavernier and the Italian traveller Niccoli Manaxi. Peter Mundi described the famine that occurred during Shah Jahan's time. Shah Jahan's reign is said to have marked the pinnacle of the Mughal dynasty and empire. He is known for the promotion of art, culture and architecture during his time. The Red Fort, Jama Masjid and Taj Mahal are some of the magnificent structures built during his reign. 2214, Shah Jahan's failing health set off the war of succession among his 4 sons in 1657. Aurangzeb emerged the victor, who crowned himself in July 1658. Shah Jahan was imprisoned by his son Aurangzeb in the Agra fort, where he died in captivity in 1666. He was buried at Taj, Agra. War of Succession, War of Bahadurpur, near February 1658, Dera and Shah Shuja Banaras, War of Dharmat, near Ujjain, April 1658, Dera and Aurangzeb Murad, War of Sumugar, near Agra, May 1658, Dera and Aurangzeb Murad, War of Kajuya, near December 1658, Aurangzeb and Shah Shuja, Allahabad, War of Deorai, near Ajmer, March 1659, Aurangzeb and Dera, Aurangzeb, 1658-1707, Aurangzeb defeated Dera at Dharmat, 1658, Samugar, 1658, and Deorai, in which Samugar was the decisive one and Deorai was the last one. After victory, Aurangzeb was crowned at Delhi under the title Alamgir. He ruled for 50 years till his death in Feb. 1707 in Ahmednagar. During the first 23 years of the rule, 1658-81, Aurangzeb concentrated on North India. During this period, the Marathas under Shivaji rose to power and were a force to reckon with. Aurangzeb captured Guru Tegh Bahadur, the 9th Guru of Sikhs, in 1675 and executed him when he refused to embrace Islam. The 10th and last Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, son of Guru Tegh Bahadur, organized his followers into community of warriors called Khalsa to fight the Muslim tyranny and avenge the killing of his father. Guru Gobind Singh was, however, assassinated in 1708 by an Afghan at Nanda in Deccan. Banda Bahadur, a trusted disciple of Guru Gobind Singh, continued the war against Mughals. The original name Anno of Banda Bahadur was Lachman Dev. After becoming a saint, he was named Madhodas. Finally, he was John's named Banda Bahadur by Guru Gobind Singh. Aurangzeb's reign. 2215. Aurangzeb left the north in 1682 and for the next 25 years, 1682 to 1707, made desperate bids to crush the Marathas. Shivaji was the most powerful Maratha king and an arch-enemy of Aurangzeb. When Aurangzeb could not eliminate him, he conspired in 1665 with Jai Singh of Amba, a Rajput, to eliminate Shivaji, on an assurance. 2216. Given by Jai Singh, Shivaji visited Aurangzeb's court. Shivaji was imprisoned by Aurangzeb, but he managed to escape and in 1674 proclaimed himself an independent monarch. He died in 1680 and was succeeded by his son Sambhaji, who was executed by Aurangzeb in 1689. Sambhaji was succeeded by his brother Rajaram, and after his death in 1700, his widow Tarabai carried on the movements. 2217. The Mughal conquests reached a climax during Aurangzeb's reign, as Bijapur and Golconda were annexed in 1686 and 1687, respectively. Aurangzeb died in 1707. He was buried at Kuldabad, Daulatabad. He was called Zindapir, the living saint. Jizya was reintroduced. However, the Hindu Mansabdars maintained their high proportion during his rule. Decline of the Mughal Empire. The weak and unworthy successors of Aurangzeb cared not a jot for the glorious Mughal empire which Babur had so heroically founded, Humayun so bravely defended and Akbar so wisely consolidated. After Aurangzeb, the Mughal empire rapidly declined. Important causes of the decline were 1. Aurangzeb's Rajputa, Deccan and religious policies. 2. Weak successors who were incompetent both as administrators and generals. 3. Wars of succession. 4. Factionalism among nobility after Aurangzeb. 5. Jagirdari crisis. 6. Growth of Maratha and other regional powers in Bengal, Hyderabad, Awadh, Mysore etc. 7. Foreign invasions by Nadir Shah, 1739, and Abdali. 8. British conquest of India. Important years of Aurangzeb's religious policy. 1659 forbade inscription of Kalma on the coins, celebration of Nowruz festival, appointment of Muhtasib, regulator of moral character, 1663 ban on Sati custom, ban on Hindu festival, ban on Charokadarshan, forbade music in the court, 1670 ban on Tuldan, weighing of the emperor, 1679 reintroduction of Jazia. Later Mughals Bahadur Shah I, 1707-1712, original name Muazzam, title Shah Alam I. Jahandar Shah, 1712-1713, ascended the throne with the help of Zulfikar Khan, abolished Jazia. Farrukh Siyar, 1713-1719, ascended the throne with the help of Sayyid brothers Abdullah Khan and Hussain Khan. Muhammad Shah, 1719-1748, in 1738-39, Nadir Shah raided India and took away Takhtaitaus, the Peacock throne, and Kohinoor diamond. Ahmed Shah, 1748-1754, Ahmad Shah Abdali, general of Nadir Shah, marched towards Delhi and Mughals ceded Punjab and Multan. Alamgir II, 1754-1759, Ahmad Shah occupied Delhi. Later, Delhi was plundered by Marathas. Powerful Shah in Alam Delhi too, so 1759-1806, much so that Nazib-e-Kut Khan not became entered Delhi for 12 years. Akbar II, 1806-1837, pensioner of East India Company. To who Rangoon Bahadur was made, Burma, Shah Premier II now, 1837-1857, during Myanmar, 1857, revolt. Last in 1858 Mughal he where was deported emperor died in 1862. Administration Mughal further subdivided empire was into divided Sarkar, into Pargana Subas and which ground were 2218. However, it also had other territorial units as Khalisa, royal land, Jagas, autonomous Rajas, and Inams, gifted lands, mainly waste lands. There were 15 Subas, provinces, during Akbar's reign, which later increased to 20 under Aurangzeb's reign. Administrative unit in charge Suba, i.e. province, Sipahsalar Subedar Nizam the head executive Diwan in charge of revenue department. Sarkar, i.e. district, Fusdar administrative head Amal Amalgucha revenue collection Pargana, i.e. Taluka, Sikdar administrative head Kanango revenue officials Gram, i.e. village, Mukadam headman, Patwari accountant. Akbar introduced Mansabdari system. The term Mansab indicates the rank of its holder. Mansabdari was both civil and military. Almost the whole nobility, bureaucracy and military hold Mansabs. The Mughal Mansab was dual, i.e. Zat, personal rank and pay status, and Sawa, number of horsemen to maintain. Mansabdar were of three categories, Mansabdars, Amirs and Amirayumda. According to pay mode they were of two types, Naklai, paid through cash, and Jagirdar, paid through Jagas. Jahangir added due as per system, i.e. one's Sawa rank can be raised without raising his Zat rank. Shah Jahan added Jamatami Mahana Jagir, monthly scale, system. It ultimately caused Jagirdari and agrarian crisis, which was a major cause of the decline of Mughals. There were several methods of revenue collection in practice viz. Kankut, estimate, Rai, yield per unit area, and Zabti, based on the yields of crops. Dapsala Bandobast or Zabti, a standard method of collection based on rates of crops determined after 10 years assessment. Todar Mal pioneered it. Jagirdari system was the assignment of land in proportion to a Jagirdar's salary. Hence, every Mansabdar was entitled to a Jagir if he was not paid in cash. Madadai Mashor Suyog Galore in number land grants to people of favor religious assignment. Mughal culture Babur built two mosques, one at Kabulabad in Panipat and the other at Sambal in Rohilakand. Humayun's tomb was built by his widow Haji Begum. An unusual building at Fatehpur Sikri is Panch Mahal. Panch Mahal has the plan of Buddhist Vihara. The Mariam's Palace, Divanaikas at Sikri are Indian in their plan. Buland Darwaja, built after Gujarat victory, formed the main entrance to Fatehpur Sikri. Salim Chisti's tomb, written in marble by Jahangir, is the first Mughal building in pure marble. Palace of Birbal, Palace of Tansain are also inside the Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar also began to build his own tomb at Sikandara which was later completed by Jahangir. 2219, the architecture of Fatehpur Sikri is known as epic in red sandstone. Nurjahan built Itimaduddaulah Mirza Ghias Beg's marble tomb at Agra, which is noticeable for the first use of Pietradura, floral designs made up of semi-precious stones, technique. Jahangir introduced vigorous use of marble instead of red sandstone and use of Pietradura for decorative purpose. Jahangir built Moti Masjid in Lahore and his mausoleum at Shahdara, Lahore. Tomb or mausoleum building activity reached its climax in Taj Mahal. Shah Jahan also built the Jama Masjid. Some of the important buildings built by Shah Jahan at Agra are Moti Masjid, only mosque of marble, Khas Mahal, Masman Burs, Jasmine Palace where he spent his last year in captivity, etc. He laid the foundations of Shahjahanabad in 1637 where he built the Red Fort and Takht Lighthouse, Peacock Throne. The only building built by Aurangzeb in the Red Fort is Moti Masjid. The only monument associated with Aurangzeb is Bibi Ka Maqbara, which is the tomb of his wife Rabia ud-Dawla in Aurangabad. 2220, Aurangzeb also built the Badshahi Masjid in Lahore. Humayun had taken into his service two master painter Mir Sayyid Ali and Abdus Samad. Daswant and Basavan were two famous painters of Akbar's court. Abdul Hasan, Ustad Mansur and Bishandas were three famous painters of Jahangir's court. Jahangir claims that he could distinguish the work of each artist in a picture. Titles given by Mughal ruler 2220, Indian 14. Maratha State, 1674 to 1720, and Maratha Confederacy, 1720 to 1818, Maratha State, 1674 to 1720 Shivaji, 1674 to 80 born at Shivneri Fort in 1627. Father Shahji Bhonsle, Mother Jijabai, religious. Teacher Samarth Ramdas. Shivaji inherited the Jagir of Pune from his father in 1637. After the death of his guardian, Daji Kondadev, in 1647, he assumed full charge of his Jagir. He conquered many forts viz. Singhgat Kondana, 1643, Rohind and Chakan, 1644 to 45, Toran, 1646, Purandar, 1648, Rajgarh Raigad, 1656, Sapa, 1656, and Panhela, 1659. Afzal Khan was deputed by Adil Shah, ruler of Bijapur, to punish Shivaji, but the later Afzal Khan was killed by Shivaji in 1659. Shasta Khan, governor of Deccan, was deputed by Aurangzeb to put down the rising power of Shivaji in 1660. Shivaji lost Pune and suffered several defeats till he made a bold attack on Shasta Khan, 1663, and plundered Surat, 1664, and later Ahmednagar. Raja Jai Singh of Amber was then appointed by Aurangzeb to put down Shivaji, 1665. Jai Singh succeeded in besieging Shivaji in the fort of Purandar. Consequently, the Treaty of Purandar, 1665, was signed, according to which Shivaji ceded some forts to the Mughals and paid a visit to the Mughal court at Agra. In 1674, Shivaji was coronated at capital Raigad and assumed the title of Hindavadra Mudharak, protector of Hinduism. After that, Chhatrapati Shivaji continued the struggle with Mughals and Siddhis, Janjira. He conquered Karnataka during 1677 to 80. Shivaji's administration. Shivaji divided his territory under his rule, Swaraj, into three provinces, each under a viceroy. Provinces were divided into prants, which were subdivided into parganas or tarafs. The lowest unit was village headed by Patel, headman. Shivaji was helped by the Ashtapradhan, 8th minister, which was unlike a collective of ministers, for there was no collective responsibility. Each minister was directly answerable to Shivaji. Shivaji's Ashtapradhan Peshwa finance and general administration, later he, Mukhya Pradhan, became prime minister and assumed great importance. Majumdar, Amatya, revenue and finance minister Vajinavis, Mantri, home minister Dabir, Sumant, foreign minister Sarnavis, Sachiv, head of royal correspondence Pandit Rao, Sadar, head of religious affairs Sar Noabat, military commander. This is an honorary post, Senapati, with no real military powers. Nyayadhish Justice. Most of the administrative reforms of Shivaji were based on Malik Amber's Ahmednagar reforms. 2221, 63 assessment of land revenue was based on measurement. The Kati of Malik Amber was adopted as the unit of measurement. Land revenue was fixed 13 RD, i.e. 33% of the gross produce, initially, 25 at i.e. 40% of the gross produce, after reforms. Chauth was 14 at i.e. 25% of the land revenue was paid to the Marathas, so far not being subjected to Maratha raids. Sardeshmukhi was an additional levy of 10% on those lands of Maharashtra over which the Maratha claimed hereditary rights, but which formed part of the Mughal Empire. Sambhaji, 1680 to 89. Sambhaji, the elder son of Shivaji, defeated Rajaram, the younger son of Shivaji, in the War of Succession. He provided protection and support to Akbar II, the rebellious son of Aurangzeb. He was captured at Sangameswar by a Mughal noble and executed. Rajaram, 1689 to 1700. He succeeded the throne with the help of the ministers at Rajgarh. He fled from Rajgarh to Jimji in 1689 due to a Mughal invasion in which Rajgarh was captured along with Sambhaji's wife and son, Shahu, by the Mughals. Rajaram died at Satara, which had become the capital after the fall of Jimji to the Mughals in 1698. Rajaram created the new post of Pratinigri, thus taking the total number of minister to 9, Pratinigri plus Ashtapradhan. Tarabai, July 1700. Rajaram was succeeded by his minor son Shivaji II under the guardianship of his mother Tarabai. Tarabai continued the struggle with Mughals. Shahu, 1707 to 1749. Shahu was released by Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah. Tarabai's army was defeated by Shahu in the Battle of Kaig, 1700, and Shahu occupied Satara. But the southern part of the Maratha kingdom with its capital Kolhapur continued to be under the control of the descendants of Rajaram, Shivaji II and later, 20 Shambhaji II. Shahu's reign saw the rise of the Peshwas and transformation of the Maratha kingdom into an empire based on the principle of confederacy. Balaji Viswanath, 1713-20, the first Peshwa. He began his career as a small revenue official and was given the title of Senakati, Marker of the Army, by Shahu in 1708. He became Peshwa in 1713 and made the post the most important and powerful as well as hereditary. He played a crucial role in the final victory of Shahu by winning over almost all the Maratha Sardars to the side of Shahu. He concluded an agreement with the Syed brothers Kingmaker, 1719, by which Mughal Emperor Farooq Siar recognized Shahu as the king of the Swarajya. 2222, Lucent's 64 Maratha Confederacy, 1720-1818 Baji Himrao Rao, as I, Peshwa the 1720-40 eldest at the son young of Balaji age Viswanath, of 20. Succeeded he tactics was after considered Shivaji Thian greatest Maratha exponent the power of reached relates. Zenith under him. Under him themselves several entrenched Maratha families in different became parts prominent of India. And got territory kingdom the Sindhya Gwalior the Holkar Indore the Pawardha the Galkawad Baroda the Bhonsle Nagpur the Peshwa. Pune. After defeating and expelling the Siddhis of Janjira from the mainland, 1722, he conquered Bassein and Salsette from the Portuguese, 1739. He also defeated the Nizamul near Bhopal and concluded the Treaty of Doraha Sara by which he got Malwa and Bundelkhand from the latter, 1738. He led innumerable successful expeditions into North India to weaken the Mughal Empire and to make the Marathas the supreme power in India. He said about the Mughals, "Let us strike at the trunk of the withering tree and the branches will fall of themselves." Balaji Baji Rao, 1740-61. Popularly known as Nana Sahib, he succeeded his father at the age of 20. After the death of Shahu, 1749, the management of all state affairs was left in his hands. In an agreement with the Mughal Emperor Ahmad Shah, the Peshwa was to protect the Mughal Empire from internal and external enemies, like Ahmad Shah Abdali, in return for Choth, 1752. Third Battle of Panipat, 14th January 1761, resulted in the defeat of the Marathas by Ahmad Shah Abdali and death of Vishwas Rao and Sadashiv Rao Bhau. This event shocked the Peshwa Balaji Baji Rao and after 6 months he also died. This battle ended the Maratha power. Successors of Balaji Baji Rao, Madhav Rao, 1761-72, Narayan Rao, 1772-73, Savai Madhav Rao, 1773-95, and Baji Rao II, 1795-1818. Anglo-Maratha Wars. First Anglo-Maratha War, 1775-82, favouring the cause of Raghunath Rao, Raghoba, for Peshwaship, English, Hastings, came in conflict with the Marathas. On being defeated, the British had to sign the humiliating Convention of Waghar, 1779. The British later signed Treaty of Salbai, 1782, renouncing the cause of Raghoba. Second Anglo-Maratha War, June 1803, the Maratha Peshwa signed the subsidiary alliance Treaty of Bassein, 1802. The Maratha Confederacy, which did not like the idea, challenged the British power but were defeated by the 22-23, knowledge. Third Anglo-Maratha War, 1817-18, Lord Hastings was determined to proclaim British paramountcy in India. He moved against the Pindaris, transgressed the sovereignty of the Maratha chiefs and the war began. The Marathas were decisively defeated. 15. The advent of the Europeans. India Company French East India 1664 Surat, 1668-73, Pondicherry, 1673-1954, Company. Note, Danish company were forced to sell all its settlements in India to the British in 1845. Portuguese. The Cape route was discovered from Europe to India by Vasco da Gama. He reached the port of Calicut on 17 May 1498 and was received by the Hindu ruler of Calicut, known by the title of Zamorin. This led to the establishment of trading stations at Calicut, Cochin and Cannanore. Cochin was the early capital of the Portuguese in India. Later Goa replaced it. Francisco de Almeida was the first governor of the Portuguese. Almeida, September 1505, introduced the policy of blue water. Alfonso de Albuquerque was the second governor of the Portuguese. Albuquerque, 1509-15, introduced the policy of imperialism. He captured Goa from the ruler of Bijapur in 1510. Nino da Cunha, 1529-38, transferred his capital from Cochin to Goa, 1530, and acquired Du and Bassein, 1534, from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. Martin Alfonso de Souza, 1542-45, the famous Jesuit Saint Francisco Xavier arrived in India with him. The Portuguese power witnessed a decline by the end of the 16th century. They lost Hooghly in 1631 after being driven out by Qasim Khan, a Mughal noble of Shah Jahan. In 1661 the King of Portugal gave Bombay to Charles II of England as dowry when he married the former's sister. The Marathas captured Salsette and Bassein in 1739. In the end they were left only with Goa, Du and Daman, which they retained till 1961. Dutch, formation of the company in March 1602 by a charter of Dutch Parliament. The Dutch East India Company was formed with powers to make wars, conclude treaties, acquire territories and build fortresses. 22-24. The Dutch set up factories at Masulipatam, 1605. Pulicat, 1610, Surat, 1616, Bimiliptam, 1641, Karaikal, 1645, Chinsura, 1653, Kasim Bajar, Banagore, Patna, Balasore, Negapatham, all in 1658, and Cochin, 1663. The Dutch replaced the Portuguese as the most dominant power in European trade with the East, including India. Pulicat was the main center in India till 1690, after which Negapatham replaced it. The Dutch conceded to the English after their defeat in the Battle of Bidara in 1759. English. Before the English East India Company established trade in India, John Mildenhall, a merchant adventurer, was the first Englishman who arrived in India in 1599 by the overland route, ostensibly for the purpose of trade with Indian merchants. The Governor and Company of Merchants of London trading into the East Indies, popularly known as the English East India Company, was formed in 1600. Captain William Hawkins arrived at Jahangir's court, 1609, to seek permission to open a factory at Surat. A firman was issued by Jahangir permitting the English to build a factory at Surat, 1613. Sir Thomas Roe came to India as ambassador of James I to Jahangir's court in 1615 to obtain the permission to trade and erect factories in different parts of the empire. The English East India Company acquired Bombay from Charles II on lease. Gerald Aungier was its first governor from 1669 to 1677. In 1690, Job Charnock established a factory at Sultanati, and the zamindari of the three villages of Sultanati, Kalikata and Gobindpur was acquired by the British, 1698. These villages later grew into the city of Calcutta. The factory at Sultanati was fortified in 1696, and this new fortified settlement was named Fort William in 1700. In 1694, the British Parliament passed a resolution giving equal rights to all Englishmen to trade in the East. A new rival company, known as the English Company of Merchants Trading to the East Indies, was formed, 1698. The final amalgamation of the company came in 1708 under the title of the United Company of Merchants of England Trading to the East Indies. This new company continued its existence till 1858. The French East India Company was formed by Colbert under state patronage in 1664. The first French factory was established at Surat by Francois Caron in 1668. A factory at Masulipatam was set up in 1669. The French power in India was revived under Lenoir and Damas, governors, between 1720 and 1742. They occupied Mahe in the Malabar, Yanam in Coromandel and Karaikal in Tamil Nadu, 1739. The arrival of Dupleix as French governor in India in 1742 saw the beginning of Anglo-French conflict, Carnatic Wars, resulting in their final defeat in India. 22-24, Anglo-French conflict. Carnatic Wars, an instance of Anglo-French rivalry. First Madras. Anglo-French at Street. Thome War Battle, 1746-48, the Nawab the French of Carnatic's besieged army was defeated by the French army under Dupleix. The Treaty of Aix-la Chapelle, 1748, ended the War of Austrian Succession and the First Anglo-French War in India. Second Anglo-French War, 1749-54, Dupleix aligned with Muzaffar Jung, Hyderabad, and Chanda Sahib, Carnatic Court. After initial reverses, Robert Clive emerged victorious. The Treaty of Pondicherry, treaty by Godehou, new French governor in place of Dupleix, 1754, ended the Second Anglo-French War. Third Anglo-French War, 1758-63, French Count de Lally captured Fort St. David. The French were defeated at Wandiwash, 1760. It was a decisive defeat of French. The Treaty of Paris, 1763, ended the third and final Anglo-French War in India. Pondicherry was returned to the French by this treaty. Modern India 6.